Maido! Hi there, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about a handy-dandy formula for presenting. Present or master shimasho. This is the 7th year of the Presentation Japan Series podcast, and we are beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku in Tokyo. And I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, plus Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de okane o muda ni suru no wa yamimashou, and all are available on Amazon. Through this podcast, I want to help you to become a better speaker, to be 1. Clear, 2. Confident, 3. Persuasive, and 4. Highly influential with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcasts hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series. And every second Tuesday, the Business Touches in no Oshie Show. Wednesday, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. This is episode number 327. Today we are talking about the EAR formula for presenting. Well, we love another acronym. Not. It is a handy memory jogger though, so let's persevere with yet another one. Whenever you're in a situation where you need to get collaboration, support, funding or agreement, then the EAR formula is a very effective tool for presenters. It is simplicity itself in terms of understanding the formula. The delivery, though, is the key, and this will make all the difference. The formula stands for E for event, A for action, and R for result. It's quite counterintuitive, and therein lies a lot of its success. It is disarming and makes the presenter a small target for opposition to what they are recommending. Often, we have something we want, and our first instinct is just to blurt it out. We are convinced ourselves that is the best course of action, the most logical, high-value approach, and obviously the weight of all these factors will automatically sway our listeners to adopt our recommendation. What is the reaction to all this blurting, though? Immediately, the audience hears what we have to say. We are suddenly facing a crowd of card-carrying skeptics. We shouldn't be surprised, but we usually are. What have we done? We have offered the flimsiest tissue of an idea to the listeners and expect them to extrapolate what they have heard to encompass the full weight of our argument. Of course, we are intending to now launch into the detail of the idea, the rationale, the evidence, etc. This makes sense. We are taught at business school to get the executive summary to the top of the report and then go into the labyrinthine detail of why this idea makes a lot of sense. When it is in document form, the audience do read the detail and do pay attention to the proof of our idea. Sadly, when we are live, they lose all senses and depart from the plan. They hear our raw, unaided, unprotected, unabashed idea, and they go into deafness. Their eyes are open, but their mind has raced away to a distant place where they are roiling through why this blurted idea makes little or no sense, or why it flies in the face of their experience or expectations, or 1,000 other reasons why this simply won't work. We have lost their attention. Instead, we apply the EAR formula and we take them to a place in their mind's eye. There must be a reason why we believe what we think, and that must have come from a limited number of sources, what we heard, read, or experienced. The event piece is to reconstruct that moment when we had our epiphany, our realization, our breakthrough on this idea. We want to transport them to the spot 2 so that they can reconstruct the roots of this idea. We don't have unlimited time for this, and we are telling a story, but it is a brief story. If we get tangled up in the intricacies of the story and are going on, then the listeners will become impatient and dissatisfied. If they are our bosses, they will just tell us to hurry up and get on with it. Find out more. We come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also are doing custom in-house programs. We do them in both Japanese and English. We do them in our super safe classroom and live online. On the 13th of February, we'll be having our Dale Carnegie course. We'll also have another version on the 25th of February. Excellent program. This is really a unique program that helps people to change their thinking, attitudes, mindset. Very difficult to get people to do that. This is why it's so effective. It changes the base of where we see ourselves, what we see as our potential, where we see our limitations, and where we see our opportunities to grow. And it triggers in us the desire to really maximize our potential. It's a very good, unique program. On the 13th also of February, we're doing our Leadership Training for Managers program. This is our everything you need to know about leadership in a box program. It's got the works in there, everything you need to know. Do this program, you've got it as far as everything you need to know in practical terms about leadership. On the 14th of February, doing our sales program. That's our Winning with Relationships selling program. The key word there is relationships. This is about trusted partner, lifetime value of the customer, someone that the buyer really feels, oh, this person not only understands what I need, they are fully focused, fully committed to helping me get there and helping me deliver the outcomes that I want. On the 4th of March, we're doing again the Dale Carnegie course, another version for that. So we have a few Dale Carnegie courses coming up. Get to repeat those, different versions of it, but all delivering the same incredible outcomes. Go to our website at www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. That's www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Lots and lots of value there for you. To do better in Japan, email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching video, then we have nearly 2,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Welcome back. The secret is to put in the season, a snowy day, a hot summer's day, a fall day, a spring day. We can all imagine what that would look like because it corresponds to our own experience and we can visualize it. We now locate the moment, a dark wood panel boardroom, a meeting room at the headquarters, a Zoom call on the factory or shop floor, etc. Again, we paint the picture of the scene, not just a factory, but which factory, what type of factory, how did it look? People they know should be introduced into the story where possible. These actors may be known to them, and this adds credibility to the story and the point. The bulk of the speaking time is given over to the telling of the background of how we got to this idea. An excellent outcome is upon hearing all of this background context, the listener is racing ahead of us and drawing their own conclusions on what needs to be done based on the evidence given. Given the same context, the chances are strong that they have reached the same conclusion we have, looking at the same evidence. After we tell the story, we lower the boom and hit them with our call to action. This is the A, action, we want them to take component. The big mistake a lot of people make at this point is to just keep adding a series of actions rather than singling out one central action we want executed. We cannot distract them or nudge them away from considering one decision only, take action or not. This part of the puzzle is about 5 to 10 seconds long. This forces us to be crystal clear on what is the one thing we want them to do. For example, so based on the research, I recommend we begin a prototype and test our assumptions. We cannot let that hang there alone. We need to back it up with one of the goodies that will come with it, and we must settle on the most powerful result we will enjoy if they take our advice. We do not keep adding benefits and dilute the core message. We go for the blockbuster benefit, and that also only takes 5 to 10 seconds, and then we shut up and wait for their response. We could say, if the prototype works, we are looking at an immediate 30% lift in revenues just in the first year. The EAR formula is a jujitsu move because we are navigating around their potential objections. They just cannot disagree with our context. Our conclusions, yes, but not the background to that conclusion. They also have to hear the whole story first before they jump in with a rebuttal. This formula provides us with the means to be heard in a genuine and fair manner. We can keep doing things the hard way, or we can use the EAR formula and make business a lot easier for ourselves. Did you get value from today's show? If you did, then share the love around with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Until the next episode, go out there and apply the learnings from today and become a presentations legend amongst your circle. Thank you for joining me, and please tune in next week. Remember, I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.